What's up, Scyushi Squad? We back in some more Trove to Trove, and today we're going to be focusing the 35k series, or 36k in this instance, just barely, of the Ice Age. So a lot of you guys have been asking whether or not you can main the Ice Age. I will give you a definitive yes. Ice Age is actually some of the highest damage in the game in terms of a magic character. Probably not going to end up being the fastest when it comes to going through just normal dungeons, just because of the movement speed and stuff. But our movement speed is actually not too bad. You know, 112, okay. It goes up to 125 just because of my Knight subclass ability. Let me get Gonda ready just in case. And then otherwise my stats aren't 100% ideal, but we are a heavy hitter and we're really good in terms of our gear and everything like that. Just make sure I got everything. Puck, yeah, that's probably what I want to end up using for an ally. Now, before we get started with today's video, I gotta let you guys know, if you're new to Trove, you can use that sign up link down in the description, and then anything you end up buying out of the cash shop will end up giving me a percentage of that sale. It's an awesome way you can support me by playing the game. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna get a timer ready, and we're going to end up spending 5 minutes in Geode Surface, and then we're gonna end up spending some time in the Delves, so that you guys can get a really you know, a nice overall picture of how this character is going to handle itself at the full end game, just because lots of people were you know, wanting something like this from my videos when I was doing my updated tutorials, which in retrospect I should have just added some gameplay, but I didn't. So now we're just doing the 35k series as a definitive, like, here you go, this is the end game, which, yeah. Anyways, let's start the timer and let's get to it. So Ice Age, I am sure there is going to be no question. Please don't follow me. Stop it. Ice Age is going to be no question whether we're going to be able to handle this area, just because the damage that we're gonna do is going to be absolutely decimating. Not the best in terms of crowd control, but we can just right click and everything dies, as you can see. So it's not like awful crowd control, it's just other characters might clear a lot better just because we are still an individual shooting character. But as far as the damage is concerned, no question, Ice Age is super duper powerful. I definitely recommend maining it just because you're not really going to fall off on anything. The movement, as I mentioned, yeah, you're probably going to be a little bit lacking, but I mean, you can see our base shots alone are doing like 20 mil each, and then if we do our right click, that's doing like 47 mil. Can you, what are you aggroing? There's nothing there. Excuse me, game, like what just happened? Okay, let's see how much damage do we actually do if I end up just using my right click. I mean, on these guys, obviously they're okay. Yeah, it's still 47 mil. That was max damage. That's maximum damage. Good God. Like, I knew Ice Age was strong, but I didn't know we could actually do maximum, like, okay. So the way that Trove works is you can only do 99 mil, I think, right? That's the highest the damage numbers go up to. But you can actually end up hitting, like, our damage numbers are going over the cap. It's just that's visually the highest the numbers can be represented. And it's really cool because it makes you feel super powerful. I don't know. There's not really, like, that's the thing. There's not much for me to actually talk about with the Ice Age compared to a lot of the other characters, just because of the fact that the Ice Age is good. Like, it doesn't really have anything that falls flat, you know? Like, even if we end up using our ult, it increases our attack speed to absolute maximum for a short burst. Which is where you end up getting the majority of your damage. Like, your right click is fine in terms of just killing groups of enemies, but when you want to have like the highest damage in the game, you're gonna actually be reliant on your like left click, your base attack, just by having like full attack speed. Am I even rocking full attack speed gear? I'm not. Okay, so you'd actually be even stronger than me if you ended up having full attack speed gear. I thought that I had perfect gear, guys. I'm sorry about that, but I can't be bothered to end up re-rolling, so whatever. Ideally, like, if you're doing dungeon farming, you want attack speed, movement speed, but if you're just trying to do the absolute max damage, and that's what you're using Ice Age for, you'll want to have attack speed crit damage on your gear, just as, you know, the biggest priority, which, like, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really matter that much. Like, you're not trading that much by swapping the crit damage off of your gear to just having the movement speed, but that's also just because my characters are kind of like if you even want to say it's a hybrid build. It isn't really. Like, I'm all about the speed, you know? Like, I can't stand slow movement speed in this game, even at the cost of not doing absolute perfect damage. But that's just me. And you'll also notice too, I have never been using, like, I haven't even been using my number 1 ability, just because it doesn't really help that much. Like, everything is still just dying so darn quickly that it doesn't matter. Also, I like having the enemies all bunch up together so that we can end up doing damage to all of them. And if you freeze them, there's the potential that they won't end up trailing and pathfinding you close enough that they end up taking the damage from all of your abilities. So the worst enemy that the Ice Sage can actually fight is the chest. It's funny how the chest is lasting longer than these enemies are. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's actually kind of sad. But yeah, Ice Sage is a powerhouse. You know, I feel like this video, I'm kind of just repeating myself the entire time, despite the fact that we're supposed to be doing this dungeon for like 5 minutes. It's like, or doing dungeons for 5 minutes. It's like, why? Like, look at that. I was able to kill it before the Neon Ninja could even get in the dungeon. Which is not a testament towards like his Neon Ninja speed or anything like that. It's just Neon Ninja's trade-off is that he's really, really fast, but he has a little bit of build-up before he can do damage. Whereas Ice Sage, we can just go 0 to 50, like no question. Bam! 0 to 50. Okay, let me right-click. Everything's dead. We just did max damage. And that wasn't even... I don't even think that was with a pot, was it? Jeez Louise. Anyways, we're at that 5-minute sweet spot, gamers. So let me double check what this gear is. Crystal 1, who cares? Let me set up the delves and we'll try this sucker out. Well, now we're in depth 123. We're gonna handle delves fine. Ice Sage is actually one of the higher recommended characters to end up handling delves, like right alongside Tomb Raiser, Draco, and stuff like that. The Ice Sage has insane amounts of damage, which seems like it would be pretty obvious to most people, but I think like the majority of Trove's lifespan, the Ice Sage has not been a heavy hitter. It was actually only after like they ended up reworking the character and stuff, and I mean did you see that damage we were doing at... Wait, were we actually doing max damage there? With just our base shots? No. Our right click? Oh my god, we're actually doing close to max damage. Jesus Christ. I knew Ice Sage was strong, but my god, dude. I mean, you know, a lot of the damage for the Ice Sage now is just when you pop your ult. But these are also like super duper weak enemies, so they're not the best example. Because these guys, like, they just get destroyed like right away. Like, delves creatures from monoliths are always heck weak, dude. But I like the fact that we're able to actually travel through the area pretty good, most of all just because of the movement speed that I got and everything. And the Pathfinder is really good as well. So the real test, as usual, like, here's the thing, guys. I don't want you to get like superly overly confident about like how powerful this character is, although we are very strong, no question about it. Pretty much every character can end up defeating normal monolith enemies or delves enemies and stuff like that, right? So the real test, as always in these videos, like in case this is your first of the 35k videos, we're going to go and like this is the real test. This guy right here, the boss. Okay, so hopefully let's see how we end up handling this. No problem. No problem whatsoever. So our right click is doing good damage, but obviously most of our damage is going to end up just being from using our base attack in combination with our ult, because our ult is going to end up giving us that maximum amount of attack speed, which I might not be 100% playing the Ice Sage absolutely like factually correct. I don't know if I'm ever supposed to end up using my right click. Yeah, no question. Handling this, like, absolutely no problem, dude. Jesus. Okay. I mean, no surprise, honestly. Like, I knew Ice Sage was going to be able to handle it very, very well. So, again, entirely up to you whether or not this is a character that you want to end up maining, but you most definitely can. As far as just Geode Surface is concerned, old Ice Sage years ago actually had some really good movement speed. Now not so much. Like, you're okay, you can handle U10, and you're not the slowest character in the game, that's for sure. And your damage is going to just obliterate dungeons for sure. But if you want like a speedster character, you're probably going to stick to one of the physical based characters. I guess as far as a magic character is concerned, though, you would probably just swap all your gear over to the Dino Tamer if you're just focusing on doing speed farming and dungeons and stuff. But if you're doing delves, you can't really go wrong. Like, Ice Sage doesn't really have competition. Ice Sage is right up there with Gunslinger, Draco, Tomb Raiser. Like, you can use any either or of these characters and you'll be doing some of the highest damage in the game. Okay? So rest assured, you can main the Ice Sage. Thanks for watching, though, gamers. Really appreciate it. Smash like stuff for more. Buy the merch you want. Support the channel. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Stay ever, gamers.